Michael Carrick's Manchester United reign has suddenly entered a period of scrutiny after a disastrous opening day defeat to newly promoted Hull City. United's unexpected 2-0 loss at the MKM Stadium has raised questions about the club's preparedness for the new Premier League season and, more significantly, whether Carrick can withstand the enormous pressure that comes with managing one of England's biggest clubs. The defeat was particularly damaging because of the circumstances surrounding it. Manchester United had finished third in the previous Premier League campaign under Carrick and entered the new season with renewed optimism. Carrick had been rewarded with a permanent position after an impressive spell in which he helped transform the team's fortunes. Manchester United officially confirmed that he would continue as head coach for the 2026-27 campaign. Yet the opening day performance against Hull exposed several weaknesses. United dominated possession and created opportunities, but failed to turn that control into goals. Hull, meanwhile, were disciplined, physical, and ruthless from set pieces. Semi Ajayi and debutant Nobel Mendy scored headers to give the newly promoted side a famous 2-0 victory. One of the most concerning aspects of the defeat was United's difficulty in breaking down Hull's defensive structure. Carrick's team struggled against a compact back five, a problem that has previously raised questions about United's ability to adapt against teams that defend deep. Carrick also made several selection and positional decisions that attracted criticism. Matheus Cunha was used in a central attacking role, while Patrick Dorga operated in an unfamiliar wide position. New midfielders Andre Santos and Yuri Tielemans were also unable to provide the control and creativity expected of them. The defensive problems were even more worrying. United conceded both goals from set pieces, allowing Hull to punish weaknesses in their organization. Carrick acknowledged afterwards that conceding twice from dead ball situations was frustrating, particularly because United had previously been relatively strong in that area. Despite the disappointing result, Carrick has refused to suggest that the defeat represents a fundamental collapse in Manchester United's direction. The former United midfielder admitted that the loss was painful but insisted that one match should not change the broader project. He has urged his players to learn from the experience rather than allow the result to undermine their confidence. Carrick was also visibly frustrated when questioned about whether his team had lacked passion during the first half. He rejected the suggestion strongly, arguing that a poor result should not automatically be interpreted as evidence that his players did not care or compete. That response will be important. Manchester United managers have regularly found themselves under pressure when performances fail to meet expectations, and Carrick will need to ensure that his players respond positively rather than allowing one defeat to develop into a damaging run. It may appear premature to discuss a manager's job after only one league match, but Manchester United is not an ordinary club. Expectations are exceptionally high, particularly after the team finished third last season and secured Champions League football. Carrick's position is therefore likely to be judged against much higher standards than those applied to a newly promoted club such as Hull. The defeat has already resulted in a dramatic change in the betting market, with Carrick's odds to become the first Premier League manager dismissed shortening significantly. However, speculation about dismissal should be treated cautiously. Carrick was appointed on the strength of what he achieved during the previous season, when he helped United climb from a difficult position and finish third. His transformation of the side had earned him significant support, including from former United figures who praised the team's improved resilience and tactical organization. One defeat, even a humiliating one, is unlikely by itself to erase that progress. The real test for Carrick will not be the defeat itself, but how Manchester United reacts to it. The club faces a demanding schedule, and there will be little opportunity to dwell on the whole result. Carrick must immediately address United's vulnerability at set pieces, improve the team's attacking efficiency, and find a more effective solution against defensive systems that frustrate their possession-based approach. There is also pressure on the club's recruitment strategy. United entered the season after making several significant additions, but concerns remain about squad depth and whether the available players are capable of competing consistently on multiple fronts. Carrick therefore needs support from the club's hierarchy as much as he needs better performances from his players. Michael Carrick is undoubtedly under pressure, but it would be unfair to conclude that his Manchester United career should be determined by one shocking defeat. The whole loss was embarrassing and exposed genuine tactical and defensive problems. Nevertheless, Carrick has already demonstrated that he can improve United's fortunes. The club's third-place finish last season was not achieved by accident, and his permanent appointment reflected the belief that he could build on that progress. The coming weeks will therefore be far more important than the opening weekend. If United respond with victories and improved performances, the Hull defeat will quickly become an unpleasant memory. If similar problems continue, however, Carrick's critics will become increasingly difficult to silence.